Glad to have you. I'm Carter SIMONEAUX with ACADIANACASTS. This video is brought to you by Love of People nonprofit. Visit loveofpeople.org to learn how to help your community today. Love of People, helping others, help others. Now, recently I drove to Rise Physical Therapy and Sports Lab here in Lafayette to capture a powerful program that is actively improving the lives of people with Parkinson's disease right here in our Southwest Louisiana community. And they are doing it through the sport of boxing. You heard that right, boxing. Strap on your gloves and take a look at Rocksteady Boxing, Acadiana. Every week at Rise Physical Therapy and Sports Lab, this quiet room turns from this to this. A full-on boxing class designed to treat people with Parkinson's disease. It's called Rocksteady Boxing, an international fitness curriculum that's improving the quality of life of Parkinson's patients through non-contact boxing.
It incorporates everything a Parkinson's patient has trouble with: balance, agility, coordination, strength, postural stability. And then it gives them an opportunity to get high-intensity exercise in their daily routine. And evidence shows that high-intensity exercise is the type of exercise that really helps them the best. It helps reduce tremors, it helps improve quality of movement, it improves endurance and all those types of things.
Parkinson's want to make you into a little bitty person. And to fight against that, you want to move and slow. So you want to move fast and you want to move big.
While increasing medical research has supported these claims, RODI AUCOIN and KERRY HOFFPAUIR have seen the power of Rocksteady Boxing firsthand.
They're very strong. I mean, they were hitting those bags and I'd get afraid to get in the way of a punch. They weren't that way just a few months ago. I mean, some of them were, struggling to walk. We had one using a walker. Then he went to a cane, and now he's using, nothing at all, hitting those bags like it's nothing. And so it's a beautiful thing.
You take it for granted, but our everyday life, getting out of a chair, sitting in a chair, getting on the toilet, off the toilet, getting in bed, getting out, standing up, not falling over because you get lightheaded or whatever. Parkinson's does all of that, but Rocksteady works to counter that.
After noticing a need for a program like this from their patients, KERRY and RODI went through the certification process of becoming a Rocksteady Boxing affiliate, the only one in the Acadiana area.
I think it's so prevalent in our community, and we feel like it is an underserved community out there, and made us want to get involved in some kind of way.
Specifically, the Gulf Coast region has a huge percentage of people with Parkinson's. The population of Parkinson's is really big here. And there was really very little community support.
According to Parkinson's Foundation, as of 2014, over 10,000 people in Louisiana were diagnosed and living with Parkinson's. In fact, another figure shows an alarming prevalence of the disease here in the Acadiana region. And while experts debate the cause of Parkinson's, the number of people living with the disease globally more than doubled from 1990 to 2015. With the expectation that those numbers will rise even more in the coming decades. Regardless of how this neurodegenerative disorder was acquired, those with Parkinson's now have to live with it. And it's not just the physical side effects that they have to fight.
When you have a diagnosis of Parkinson's, not only do you have a tendency to have anxiety and depression because of the disease itself, but because you have a diagnosis of a progressive neurological disease, that contributes to anxiety and depression. And then people start to self-isolate. Their physical abilities change. They may not feel as comfortable going to dinner with friends or meeting up with people, but here everybody feels comfortable with each other.
Most people are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. 50 to 80% of the dopamine has already been depleted. And so exercise for me gets that dopamine going again, and gives me more mental clarity and acuity. And not to mention physically, I have to keep moving because I can get stiff very easily. So it's just a constant, ongoing solution to me, to keep the disease at bay.
Not just struggling to move, just struggling with their spirits, just being down, and because they fell yesterday and their wife's mad at them because they forgot this or whatever, so many, all the effects that are just really bringing them down, and just watching their mood lift as the whole hour goes on, and again, just leaving with, hugging each other and saying thank you, and they're so appreciative, but we say it over and over, we're just as appreciative of them because they inspire us every day.
And remember when I called them patients? Well, that was wrong. The truth is, these people are boxers.
Parkinson's is not their identity. We've seen all these different people from all these different walks of life. It shouldn't define them as just, now I have this diagnosis and I'm a patient day in and day out. No, it's they are fighting a battle, and we want to be fighting it with them. So that's not how we're going to define them.
People who know me know I'd never hit even a fly. So I'm probably the weakest boxer here. It gives you a different identification. They no longer identify you. Even my grandkids say, Grams, you're going to boxing instead of going to therapy, or they identify with the boxing part instead of with the illness. And that's what's important to me, is that everybody I know identify me first as a boxer, then as a Parkinson's patient.
That new identity means the world and beyond for boxers like Kathy, whose father was an avid fan of boxing.
He would be so proud of me seeing his daughter box. Because that was the last thing in my mind, that I'd ever be a boxer. And I never even thought about boxing with all the physical activity that I did. And now that I have, it's like, and my boxer name is Warrior Woman. And it's made me a warrior to fight, so the good fight.
And sometimes, in order to be a fighter, you've got to look the part.
I'm a traditional grandma. I've taught kindergarten for 30 years. I have 17 grandkids. I have 5 kids. No one believed. But someone once told me that you get a tattoo when it means something to you. And this program means so much to me that at 64, I got my first tattoo. And I say my first tattoo because I'm planning a second one. And they told me once you get one, you get 2. So I think I might live up to that.
With the gloves facing up, it serves as a reminder to rise up above what was ever thought possible.
People have strength and strong inner strength, but having that community around them, I think, makes them stronger.
And here at Rocksteady Boxing Acadiana, that community is more like a family.
We go from busting out laughing at their jokes to crying together, and everywhere in between. It does get very emotional, and we have become quite a family. Now we have multiple classes, and there's a new boxer with us almost every day. But just to be with them and part of their journey is beautiful.
I mean, we have so much fun here,
Everybody's smiling when you get that. That really gets to me when I walk in, and every one of the coaches and every one of the boxers smiles and says, "How are you doing today?" And they really care. I wish everybody who had Parkinson's could come here.
And they're constantly staying on their updates, and they challenge us. And we laugh because some of the stuff is not fun per se when you're in the middle of it, but we know our lives depend on it. And we want to make it easy not only on ourselves, but on our families.
And that's what Rise and Rocksteady Boxing most succeed at teaching, taking back the control and tackling the future one day at a time.
I have this little jam that I do. Today's going to be a good day. Today's going to be a good day. Negativity out my face, positivity in my space. Today's going to be a good day. I hope you have a good day. And that's all I can do, is focus on today.
Parkinson's, it's our enemy. And yes, we have to live with it, but we fight it every day. We get up and say, you may overwhelm us, but we're not going to cooperate. We're going to fight you every step of the way.
We ain't bad, but the bad don't mess with us.
We ain't bad, but the bad don't mess with us.
No brag, just facts.
No brag, just facts.
We said it, we meant it, we here to represent it.
We said it, we meant it, we here to represent it.
On Rocksteady on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Rocksteady!
Man, if that doesn't inspire you today, I don't know what will. Now, while the folks at Rise have made great strides in their short time running Rocksteady Boxing Acadiana, right now they're trying to extend their reach in their fight against Parkinson's disease beyond just Rocksteady Boxing Acadiana. If you'd like to help them on their mission, Love of People nonprofit has created a page for people to make a tax-deductible donation to these efforts. Visit loveofpeople.org/fight-for-Parkinson's. loveofpeople.org/fight-for-Parkinson's to make your donation towards these efforts, or to simply learn more about Rise and Rocksteady Boxing Acadiana. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.